guys, so we're back talking some more Harley Quinn Season 4 on the channel. Episode 10, we have finally reached the finale for Season 4, which is exciting, because I think overall this season has been a blast to talk about with you guys each and every week, but in a sense, it also is kind of nerve-wracking, because there's always that uncertainty if we're going to get another season, because as of right now, at this very moment, we don't know we're getting a Season 5, but based on how we leave things off at the tail end of this finale, we need a Season 5, because what they set up here for a potential 5th season is pretty exciting. After such a bleak conclusion last week, ending with Barbara Gordon being shot by Joker, thankfully, Barbara Gordon did survive. It's just unfortunate that she is paralyzed from the waist down and recuperating in the hospital, which did seem like the most likely outcome given the fact that's pretty much what happens in the comic books. The Killing Joke, she gets shot by Joker, paralyzed, and turns into Oracle because she can't be Batgirl anymore. But with a show like this, you never truly know, because I don't think anybody was expecting Nightwing to die going into Season 4, so why not Batgirl as well? I'm definitely going to miss seeing Batgirl in the show, but I like how we're already planting the seeds of Barbara turning into the Oracle just in this episode alone, because she is beginning to assist Harley and Ivy with her tech. Even though Joker shot Barbara Gordon, the consequences of doing so I found to be a little bit lackluster. Harley easily captures him by going to his house and fighting his family, but I just expected a little bit more, even though you can tell that she's trying to stall because she doesn't know what to do with him, because there is that internal debate on whether she wants to go the hero route and turn him into the police, or go the more villainous route and just brutally murder him in some shape or form, like the old Harley probably would have. Honestly, that type of moral dilemma is one that we've seen Harley struggle with all throughout Season 4, and I do like how it plays a big part into Harley's arc, because it does pair perfectly, I feel, with Ivy's arc. Since even despite last week we finally had Ivy take down Lex Luthor, nothing truly changed in the aftermath. Even now, all of her ideas for what she wants to do with the Legion of Doom continues to be ignored by all these villains, because they're much more focused on trying to celebrate Lex Luthor's birthday that's being held on the moon, which understandably is pretty frustrating, not just as a viewer, but especially in a position like Ivy, because it seems like no matter what, the goalpost just gets further and further away as far as leading. It's kind of surprising, the realization how much time we've spent strictly on the moon so far in Season 4, but this party that Lex Luthor is having on the moon is pretty fun. It did feel very reminiscent to the convention episode. Just now, Harley gets to be here, plus Joker, since poor Joker, I guess if you want to feel bad for him a little bit, he's like a blindfolded hostage. Really though, the birthday party is when everything starts to get really exciting and out there with the big surprises. I mean, the first one is a very small one. Clayface, once again, gets to have a little bit of a cameo appearance. I don't know, the inclusion of Clayface in Season 4 has been so weird, just because they keep harping on him having this show in Vegas and how popular it is. Don't get me wrong, I like Clayface as a character, but I think the way they've tried to include him into Season 4 has kind of made him a little bit more annoying, unfortunately. The bigger surprises, however, is when Harley stumbles upon Superman. And man, does Superman look so rough in these sequences. It was hard to watch just because he looked so gaunt and just sickly, like he was an inch from death. Turns out Lex Luthor's been siphoning off all of Superman's power, becoming extremely powerful in his own right, and he even gets to take Superman's hair in the process, which does make sense because it was kind of weird when we saw him in previous episodes having all this weird patchy hair with no explanation. Turns out he was literally just stealing Clark Kent's hair. I guess that's something that you can do when you take someone's powers. Other than having Superman's hair, I actually quite like the look that Lex Luthor's going for in the suit. Very reminiscent of the comic books and the Injustice video games, and he's extremely powerful. He is tearing through Ivy's arsenal of plans with ease. Not that it's a huge surprise or anything, but it is a shame that none of these other villains try to come to Ivy's aid whatsoever, instead choosing to scold her for trying to fight Lex Luthor at this party. That aspect is part of why I was glad that both of them just decide to say screw everybody else trying to please everyone else before trying to stop Lex Luthor on their own. Once again, Ivy and Harley have to put their wits together to defeat Lex Luthor, because they're not going to defeat him physically, they have to beat him with intelligence, with some assistance from Barbara, of course. They have that awesome car chase on the moon. Barbara Gordon gets to show off a little bit of her future Oracle skills, hacking into Lex's vehicle and making it crash into a crater, but we're gonna probably see him again, because Lex Luthor didn't die, he was just taken away by Steppenwolf, so who knows when we'll see him once again, but it's gonna be very fun whenever we do see Lex Luthor pop up up next. After everything that they've endured, it made it all the more satisfying when Ivy and Harley just start using Lex's laser to blast a bunch of stuff. Businesses they don't like, Talia al Ghul's stuff, the Legion of Doom, just full out pandemonium and chaos erupts from the moon, leading to probably one of my favorite shots and moments of the entire show so far, when Harley is carrying Superman out of there and proclaiming that she's not really a hero or a villain, she's just her own thing. At the end of the day, that pretty much is what this iteration of Harley Quinn is in this series. She's not a hero, definitely not a hero, but she's also not much of a villain anymore either. She's just her own unique brand, which I think is a great thing to just showcase in the show. But we have to talk about the epilogue and the teases for a potential season 5, because this is where stuff gets really juicy. I didn't mention it before, but during Ivy lasering everything, we got a brief cameo of Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne just decided he doesn't want to be in prison anymore. He got out right as Alfred went in. After all of that white-collar crime, selling wine and all that to get into Bruce Wayne's prison, it ended up being all for nothing. So I did kind of feel bad for Alfred in that aspect. Then you have Joker getting dropped off in front of Gordon, presumably to be tortured really badly. But the biggest thing of all is when Ivy, Harley, and Barbara are all summoned to the cemetery by Catwoman, not only to find that Nightwing's body is missing and somebody dug him up, but all of these women are going to be teaming up, setting up the Gotham City Sirens, which I think that is an exciting idea for a season 5, having all of them together. The final kicker to this Nightwing reveal is we do find out who stole Nightwing's body. It was none other than Talia al Ghul, and Talia al Ghul puts Nightwing's body in the Lazarus Pit and resurrects Nightwing, and Nightwing is pissed. Which those kind of things, anger, insanity, comes out of just being resurrected in the Lazarus Pit generally. But still, what a cliffhanger ending to potentially set up a season 5. I don't know how you don't greenlight a season 5 with everything set up here. So fingers crossed we do get an announcement of some kind that we're going to get a season 5. But either way, what a great season of the show. I don't think it's my favorite season out of the 4, but it was still a really solid season in my opinion. So make sure you share your thoughts down below. How did you feel about this finale for season 4 of Harley Quinn? Did you like the finale? Did you not like the finale? Also, what did you think of that ending? And what do you feel about a potential season 5? As always, thank you guys so much for checking out the reviews. I always do appreciate it. It's been always a fun time discussing Harley Quinn on the channel with you guys. Make sure you leave a like on the video and also subscribe so you update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. The next time, I'll see you guys later.